Okay, Taurus, what message do you need to hear right now? Okay, Taurus, the first thing that you need to do is you are being called to love yourself more. You're being called to love yourself more. What you have been doing currently is you have not been giving yourself enough love and enough nurture to make yourself feel loved, nurtured, and supported. You can give this to yourself by how you speak to yourself, your inner voice, by how much grace you give yourself, by how much patience you give yourself. You know, as much as we talk to others, we talk to ourselves. So, how are you talking to yourself? Are you talking to yourself with love, with empathy, with compassion, with grace? Or are you being harsh? Are you being difficult on yourself? Are you being very stubborn with yourself? Are you not giving yourself enough grace? Are you being hard on yourself? What you need right now is to soften yourself towards yourself. Give yourself more love. Give yourself this love. It's like giving yourself a big hug. It's like you seeing another version of you, and you two just sharing a warm embrace. You two just loving each other, just giving each other a hug, because right now you need a lot of your love. Because for whatever reason, you need more love right now. So what can you do to love on yourself? And this does not look like any type of material things. This looks like the love that you can give yourself from within. What can you give yourself from within? As within, so without. What can you give yourself from within that can give you that love that just pours from head to toe and exudes outwardly? What type of love can you give to yourself? Because right now you need it. Right now you need it. There's some struggles that you're going through in your life that are causing you to feel a certain way. However, whatever the situation is that you are currently dealing with, you will receive justice in this situation and whatever that looks like for you. However, justice needs to be served in your life in this situation is exactly how justice will be served. And it just depends on what side of justice that you're on. This is based on past actions, past mindsets, and actions taken upon that mindset. You know, words that you have spoken to other people and over other people's lives. Were you speaking life into other people, or were you speaking death into other people? Were you speaking good on a person's situation, or were you speaking poorly on a person's situation? Were you saying things to uplift others and bring people up, or were you saying things to tear people down? Were you giving people truths, or were you stabbing them with harsh truths? Were you giving people their truths gently, or were you stabbing them with the truth? Or were you giving people their truth, or were you giving people lies and stabbing them, calling it truth? Your justice right here is based off of how you have been loving yourself and how you have been loving others. And if you have not been loving yourself enough, you haven't been loving others enough. And justice will be served in a situation where you will see exactly how it feels like to be treated the way that you were treating others, whether this is good or bad. And if you have been treating others bad, your justice is you will receive that same type of energy in whatever way, shape, or form that that's going to look like. However, if you have been sowing good seeds and you have been doing good, you have been treating people well, you have been loving others, you have been amazing towards other people, you've been loving yourself and you've been loving others, your justice is that you will receive your love in other people, and you will receive your love from other people through other people. You will receive the same love that you have been giving out, because you've been pouring so much love into others and pouring so much love into yourself. You've been sowing good seeds. Right now it's harvest season. What are you harvesting? Whatever you harvest is what you have sown. If you've sown good seeds, you will reap a good harvest. If you've sown poor seeds, if you've sown sour seeds, you will harvest weeds, and those weeds will affect your garden. You will have to pull those weeds out to protect your garden. You will have to pull out those weeds to save your garden. Because if those weeds are there, everything else will become rotten. What seeds have you been planting? This harvest season is going to show you exactly if you've been doing well or if you have not been doing well. It's up to you. It's based off of how have you been up until this point. And if you are satisfied with what your harvest is like, then keep continuing to do what you are doing. If you are dissatisfied with your harvest, what changes do you need to make? Sow better seeds.